Hitting the last half of the CCC course today, recceing it with Sky Hawker. How you feeling, man?
Tired. Yeah, tired today.
Sky's had a few big days, recceing the TDS course. Be a big week for Sky, but good week for me. Hopefully if I get today done and then get out for a long one tomorrow.
1, 2, 3,
So just about to hit the last climb, filling up the bottles, got some Red Energy mix, got a Runable bar to snack on. Heading up this badass climb now, so Col de Montets up the top, and then over all the way down into the valley into Chamonix, which is around here. So yeah, fair way to go. Sky's headed back to Argentina from here. He's had a massive few days, so it's been pretty awesome running with him, talking about that. But yeah, got a big bit of climb now ahead of me. Check out the views of these glaciers, guys, just spectacular. 31k in now, just over 2,000 meters of climbing. Feeling pretty good, but just feeling quite a little breathless today. Had a couple of easy days. I think the body went into some deep recovery after having a bit of a break there after some hard training, and yeah, sometimes you have to kind of have one of those runs where you just kind of shake out the cobwebs again, let the body know you're not just resting. Right now you still want to ask more of him, push it a bit harder. Just making an important pit stop and getting some of these raspberries. Real trail food. So just finished up 43k there and 2,500 meters of climbing or so, so really good day out, really long. So in the CCC training block, definitely been working a little bit more on my flexibility and my mobility, which is something I've talked to you guys about before, which is something that's so important in terms of keeping the body healthy, keeping you moving well, and really stopping and preventing those injuries from setting in. That's something I've really been becoming a bit more mindful of moving forward in the sport now. You know, across the years that I've been doing it, is really thinking forward to, you know, if I want to be doing this in 5 years time, 10 years time, the rest of my life, and moving, running in the mountains is something that I want to do for a long time to come yet. So I'm really trying to be proactive in taking care of the body and really not ignoring the symptoms of something that might flare up into something a little bit bigger, which maybe could be avoided with just 5-10 minutes a week of action. So mobility, stretching is something I've been really working on, but a big part of that as well that I've incorporated in this training block is hitting the sauna. So what I've been doing is really trying to push myself in the heat of the sauna. Nothing crazy, I'm not running, I'm not doing workouts in there as such, but I've been getting in there for 15-20 minutes, two to three times a week, trying to do that in one solid block, where it really, you start to feel the heat really take hold of the body, start challenging the heart rate. You can really feel that coming in, and at the same time I've been focusing then on doing some stretching while the body's really in that state of, you know, extreme heat. Is, you know, becoming a little bit more supple, the muscles are feeling nice and able to stretch them well, and then really following that then focusing on doing some visualization leading into the race, really thinking about the strong points of the training that perhaps I've already done, and then thinking about the race course itself. So I'm really fortunate that I've had the chance to train on parts of the CCC course and obviously remember it from my racing last year. I've been really trying to go through my head, go through the race, what I expect out of myself, what I want to feel at certain points in the course, if I want to feel strong, feel confident, the kind of position I'd hope I'd be in going into race day, and the energy and the excitement. I've really been trying to think about that almost in some kind of meditation, but it's more of a visualization as anything, really trying to prepare myself for the race. And also one of the big things with that as well is preparing for the sheer number of people that are on the trails and the excitement and the energy that's on that start line. I think that was something that I really let get to me last year, with CCC being one of the first kind of big international races that I did. There's so many runners on the start line, the energy is amazing, it's super exciting, and definitely one of the pointers as to why I love to do these races. And as well as with that comes the best athletes in the world, and I think last year I just let that take a hold of me. So this year I'm trying to go through that visualization process, every few days in my head, just to help prepare myself, help stay relaxed, and to realize as well all the hard races and great achievements that I've had on myself this year, giving myself a pat on the back for that. It's something it's not a strong suit of really bigging myself up mentally or physically. So it's something I'm really trying to work on, is to really build my confidence going into these races and make sure that I don't kind of psych myself up before I even get there. So yeah, the sauna, the visualization, I've been tying in with the mobility and the stretching, and then of course hitting in some regular strength work as well. Really, it's kind of similar themes that I've really been throwing into my training throughout the year, but really been making sure I'm incorporating those throughout the training and the process for CCC. And yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited for the race day, but being here in Chamonix and having the opportunity to train on these incredible trails is a bit of a dream for me, and it's definitely a place I want to come back to with that. Heading out to Albert Premier Hut. This is by far one of the best runs out here. We're just getting towards the refuge now, which is about 2,500 up. It's just stunning, really beautiful here. You can see the glacier behind me. Unreal. Any good, Sky? I'm not sure about the views, mate.
I don't know, man. It's not bad.
Woo!
It's crazy, eh?
A lot of ice.
There's a lot of ice. Look at these views. They're just incredible. And that is Mont Blanc. Woo!
So these past 2 weeks, I've managed to get some really good training down. I've really been enjoying it. So within the week, obviously mileage is a goal, but also trying to make sure I'm still getting some key work in there. So you can see here one of the sessions that I really kind of jumped into there. I was quite proud of, felt really good about. It's probably one of the kind of fastest I've felt in a little while. When you're racing with the ultras quite close together, I often feel like my leg speed isn't quite what it is capable of being, especially when I'm doing a lot of climbing. But with this session, yeah, it was a good progression run. So I started the run pretty quick and swift from the start, progressing with some good pace, and then hitting up some reps on the track, really to kind of work into that VO2 max area straight from the progression run there. So it was really good to hit some nice paces, progressing down to some kind of marathon pace there, beyond my tempo, and then hitting some good 3-minute K kind of pace on the track. So this was a really good fast session for me, which was something that I didn't want to neglect in the lead up to CCC this year, something that I've definitely let slide before, and I've been focusing on mountain ultras. But when there is fast runnable downhills, it's good to have that leg speed and leg turnover. And yeah, it's still a running race. It's a steep race with 6,000 meters of climbing, but it's not this super steep. It's still pretty runnable. So having some good flat and fast work in the plan's been a good thing for me. Following that up the next day, managed to jump into a good run with Robbie and Tim out towards Switzerland. So it's been a good mix there, good kind of back-to-back day of getting some good quality on the flat, but also getting some good climbing in on some technical terrain. And then the next day I took a fall on a run, and it was a fall on the most gentle, non-technical part of trail that I've been on in Chamonix. up to that point in my training. Just tripped on a rock on the dirt path just by the river, but I hit the deck hard, and it really kind of knocked me around. My left leg just bashed it really hard right in the bone, and it really kind of shook me up a little bit. My leg went numb. I was a bit worried that I actually broke my leg, but I managed to walk it off and kind of regain the mind there. But it just really kind of nestled into me that you really have to stay alert, and it's important just to remember that in the training cycle you are going to be a bit tired, you are going to be exhausted, especially when you're doing a lot of stuff in the mountains, and you need to look after yourself and make sure that you're really, you're wide awake and ready to run when you're running. That morning I definitely felt pretty tired. I'd walked around a little bit before I even started running, just to try and wake myself up, and maybe I should have left the run till later in the day and I would have had a better couple of days for it. As you can see, the next day I just fully rested, but made up for it then on the weekend with that run from Chamonix to Chamonix with Scotty. So you saw a lot of that in the video. All in all, within that week, ended up being 135k with nearly 7,000 meters of climbing. So by no means was it a bad week, but there was quite a lot that I did miss that I was hoping to really kind of keep the ball rolling with. So that Thursday run and then the Friday run that never happened, I was really hoping for those to kind of bulk the week out to really get over that 100 miles and probably up to 10,000 meters of climbing again. So into that next week then, I was really gunning for having a big week, coming into kind of 3 weeks until race week. Then that's when I really tried to make sure I'm getting some great volume into my training and feeling really good and strong with it. So again, starting off the week with a good effort up to Glaciers, just getting to know that last climb of the race. I kept the momentum up the following day, heading up to the Albert Premier refuge and seeing the glacier up there with Sky, which is the gimbal footage you saw in the video. So just keeping that momentum on, keeping the climbing going, keeping the climbing and the descending legs working, and really piling on the vertical and the distance this week was the goal. So Wednesday, headed up to Lac Noir. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you'll see some pretty cool pictures from up there. It's really beautiful, and the running is just really technical and quite fun. So I really enjoyed that run up there, and then hitting that up with another long day with Scotty again on the Thursday that week. So I actually jumped in on his training run, ended up hitting one of my longest runs in this training block, so 52k, and it was a good 6-7 hours out on the trail with nearly 3,500 meters of climbing. So it was an out and back, which made it really good and challenging, especially with the rain and the weather that we had that day, which is something that I definitely came here for Chamonix for, is to get out in the rain, get out in the cold, and that's something that we certainly had within that run. It wasn't very pleasant at all. So I'm really happy that we had a good fun day out there, and I felt really good and confident in the rain and didn't get cold, managed my temperature well. You can see that overall we hit some good pace on the day. Both of us are feeling really strong, and good kind of grade adjusted pace there. So really happy to have had a good chunk of long runs within that training week, and then rounding off the week then with some good strong runs on the weekend with some hilly efforts. So keeping that quality work within the plan, finishing the week then with a good 36.8 k's and 2,500 meters of climbing again. So a good strong week in all, ending up at nearly 170k and 11,600 meters of climbing. It's definitely the biggest week I think I've had, maybe not in distance, but in terms of the actual, the running mixed with the climbing. I'm really happy with that, and been really feeling really strong with the climbing. So I'm looking forward to the race. It's getting closer now. I can't wait to get on that start line, because training is going well and I'm feeling very confident about it, and I can't wait just to get out there and enjoy it with everyone else. So if you guys do want to follow what I've been up to day on day, you can check out my Instagram. If you're not following me already, follow @HarryRuns, and I've been posting daily on there, letting you guys know what I've been up to, thoughts I've been having, and been trying to put some good pictures out there for you guys. So follow along there if you're up to seeing what I'm up to every day, and a little bit of a story to follow along with. Leave a comment down below if you're coming to Chamonix soon, if you're doing UTMB, or if you're just enjoying your training wherever you are. Let me know what you're up to. I always love hearing from you guys. I try my best to get back to as many comments as I can, but we'll obviously be training right now and managing work as well, struggling to do that. So please be patient. I will get back to you guys. I always make a big thing about that, making sure I get back to everyone who has the time to write my videos and who supports the channel. So please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and follow along for more videos. And I hope you're having some great adventures of your own. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy running.